Welcome back to another episode of Let's Go Hunt. Still weirder than that fever dream you had after drinking too much cough medicine. Tonight's crew is Dave Packard, who is all fancy. Sam Alexander, 1 centimeter atomic overlord. Vince H, gone fishing. And I'm Mike Gonsalves, Markthman. Tonight, around the campfire, we're talking competitions, fishing competitions, and fishing. And
I would just like to point out that there's a guy I'm considering emailing to have on the show as a guest, and I really glad he wasn't on tonight where you put Markthman because he's got a lisp. That would just be like, oh shit.
You're getting Mike Tyson on our show?
We have like 3 episodes ago we named it now Kith. Like, don't blame me.
Well, that would be different, but
no, it's not different. It's same.
Be like, hey, dude, hey, well, real quick before you leave tonight, could you say now kiss for us? No, Cliff. Like, perfect.
He's playing with his Darth Vader Leia dolls. And he's like, now kiss. Anyway.
Well, that's a wrap.
All right. The good news is the same music.
Dusky, you asked what we're hunting tonight. We're hunting Mike. That's what we're hunting.
Indeed.
He is a gigantic midget.
Just tongue like one.
He's just a plus size midget.
What?
Sir, you are very large for a midget.
I'm going to use that tomorrow.
He walks in to save the princess. Aren't you a little tall for a midget?
Midget, please.
Oh.
Yeah.
I got nothing else after that.
Anyway. Yeah.
So, what about these competitions?
What about these what?
What?
Go, Sam.
I was about to say, this is just a random bit, but what I found out over the weekend is that if I can time it to where I can play both the outro music and the intro music to have the same beat, and it sounds both discordant and epic at the same time. I'm not going to do it to you now. Moving on.
Okay.
Roughly the vibe of Tom Jones's "What's New, Pussycat."
Whoa.
Have y'all seen that John Delaney bit?
Yes.
That's one of my favorite comedy bits.
What's new, Pussycat? 21 times in a row.
If anyone wants a good laugh, go look up John Delaney Salt and Pepper Diner.
Yep.
It's a nice piece of comedy. Let me tell you what.
Just epic casual evil.
It's a slow burn too. Like listen to the story, and it takes a while, but it's worth it.
Sometimes the punchline is worth it in the end.
My favorite line in that is like, "My friend John, this is a different John. I'm not my own best friend."
I can't keep track of all the comics. Is he still alive or did he die?
Still living.
Okay, good. Because
yeah,
he's a funny guy.
He didn't Cobain himself.
Well, some people don't think Cobained himself, so
he did get sent to rehab because he got caught with the cocaine.
Well, that happened.
He didn't want to go to rehab. He just got caught with the cocaine.
I'm sorry. I thought this was America.
Right?
I can hear that in his voice, actually. I'm sorry. I thought this was America.
So it turns out Vince is fairly good at voices.
He is our voice boy. And after the show, he's going to record something in a voice for me that he's not going to get out of tonight because we just need to get it over with.
Maybe don't say that after you called him your voice boy.
God, I forgot about that.
Look, I charge by the hour, and there's a minimum.
I stalled on this and didn't get it done, and then you came up with the perfect pitch. So,
did I?
Yeah, that was all you, sir.
I don't remember this.
I cannot wait for everybody else to hear this too. It's going to be fantastic.
All right.
It's
So
gonna
anyway,
be-
fishing and
so
fishing
nice.
competitions. Did you put weights in fish?
He didn't fucking have to. Jesus,
Oh.
they're fucking huge.
I was watching that
Sometimes you
little
just
clip
gotta-
again with the whole, we got weights in fish, because I like to go back to that occasionally just for a laugh. And I need to reach out to High Point. I mean, the problem is it's too late now. But if we could go back in time, we reach out to High Point Dave and say, hey, we need like 3 high points to shove inside of a fish.
You know,
That's not suspicious.
you know,
I'm
he
not saying
might
we
go
open
for that. We're not saying we're not saying we're gonna shoot one, or blow something up just to be stupid. We're like we're gonna pretend that we're shoving these inside fish to win fishing competitions. Like that's funny.
Yeah,
That's a funny use of a high point.
we got high points in fish.
Yeah, I know. That's how
Okay.
I heard it too, and it made me very uncomfortable.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that caught that. Also,
I'm just like
Chaotic says he's our voice guy. He's gonna do a voice for me later.
she got the big old like.
Little scared
Eyes.
emoji.
White eye.
All right, so fishing.
So
Fishing and fishing accessories.
we sell fish and fishing accessories. Yeah. So this last week we had our church men's retreat, and we tend to go down to Broken Bow, Oklahoma, around so it's called Hochatown. Okay, odd name, but it's a tourist trap north of Broken Bow, Oklahoma, near Broken Bow Lake.
Mhm.
And we rent a cabin, and we stay in the cabin, and we go do stuff. And everyone's kind of mostly left up to their own devices. And it's, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And I invited a buddy to go along with, a buddy who I run with and who I've been, talking more with lately. And we go down Thursday and we stop off in Beavers Bend State Park, which is, just below the Broken Bow Lake Dam, where the Mountain Fork River flows. We go for a hike, and afterwards I'm like, hey, I want to go fishing. And he's like, all right, I'll just sit over here and read, because he doesn't want to go fishing. He's done plenty of fishing, doesn't really feel like it. Now, the thing about the lower Mountain Fork River is that they stock it year-round with trout. But it's cold enough that trout can survive multiple seasons in this river. So you get some of them apparently get pretty big. Now, the last time I was down there and went fishing was in 2021, and due to a drought, they're like, yeah, there's no big fish in the river right now because the water's been too low, it got too warm, and there was a massive die-off. Not this time. I just go out there with a little brown spinnerbait and my little ultralight reel, and I'm like, I bet nothing's going to happen. And I find a nice little eddy in what looks like a little hole out there, and I start pitching the little lure. And after about 5 minutes, maybe, I get a nice hit. And I pull in about a 3-pound rainbow trout. And I'm like, that was fun. I should have brought my my net, because I was having a heck of a time getting the fish onto the bank, right? I'm not fly fishing. I'm not out there standing in the water. I'm just standing on the bank pitching a lure with a 6-pound test and an ultralight rod and reel. And I didn't expect to catch anything. I was just out throwing a lure.
Mhm.
I caught 3 nice rainbow trout in about 30 minutes. Like from when we pulled up and parked to when we left was 40 minutes. And 3's the limit. 3's the limit per day. And you can only keep 1 over 25 inches if it's a rainbow. And if you catch a brown, you can only keep 1, and it has to be over 30 to keep. So, like, if I had hooked into a brown that I could have kept, it was going to be, like, a real fight.
Is football.
that was day one. Okay. And okay, so I've hooked at this point 2 fish, and I've pulled both of them in, and it's been kind of a fight because I decided not to bring my net with me. It's in the van. I can go back to the van and get the net, but I just kind of don't feel like it. Fish number 3, I get it right up onto the bank, and it spits out the hook.
Yeah, hook too.
And I'm not feeling like giving up today. So I immediately jump down there and try and grab the fish. Well, these fish are, pretty muscular and wide, and like I can barely get my hands around it. So I'm trying to grab the fish, and it just keeps wriggling out. And I'm down there on the bank doing my best impression of a bear fishing in the river. At least twice, I lose the fish, and I have no idea where it is, and I just randomly stick my hand into the water, and I get the fish.
No.
And I'm like, still trying to fight it. Eventually, it swims, I try to grab it, and it gets away, but it swims up between my leg and the bank, because I'm like down on a knee in the river. Like my right knee's in the water and my left knee's outside the water, and it swims up in between me and the bank, and I can actually grab it and yeet it up onto the bank, and I'm like, yes. But now, here's the really annoying part. I like pulled a muscle in my rib cage doing that, like fighting with the fish, that just bothered me for the rest of the. It's still bothering me. It still hurts. I can't really do a sit-up now because I got in a fight with a fish. But I won because later on we ate him.
Yeah, the fish is
But-
dead and you're still here. You win.
Yeah. So I don't know. That was a lot of fun. And I was like, I just caught these were my first trout ever. I've never caught a trout before. I like
They give you a good
ecstatic.
fight. Especially
They-
that size.
They did
Mike-
fight really well. They
Hey Mike, if you're gonna do spring cleaning right now, could you please mute?
Are you also fighting fish?
Dude, my bad. I thought I clicked the mute button. I turned the camera off.
Good thing you didn't fart.
Could do that too. I don't care. My bad.
The fish found its way to Mike. Yeah. But man, that was one. It was a fantastic rush. It was a super rush. Okay. I take them, throw them in the cooler. We go to the cabin. I'm showing everybody else. It's really cool. I look up a video on how to clean them. I gut them and pull the gills out and scrape out the kidneys, which is kind of weird. But and then I just put them in the refrigerator and decide, the next day I'm gonna go do the same thing again. Well, the next morning, me and my buddy, we decide we're gonna go run the trails around the state park. So we go for a run early in the morning, and we did a nice 13 miles worth of trails. And then, we get back to the car and we're like, he's like, oh, I'll just go read. You can go fish. I was like, all right, cool. So we go back over. I go over to the same spot and I start pitching the lure again. And about the third cast, I get another hit. Like, yeah, this time I brought my little net with me. Like, heck yes. So I just, get him close and just scoop him up. Like, this is easy. The very next cast, we've been there 5 minutes, okay? The very next cast, I land the biggest fish I've probably ever caught on light tackle. It was probably between 4 and 5 pound rainbow trout. I fought this thing for 10 to 15 minutes because I'm standing near a bridge. Yeah, that's that one. That's
Yeah.
a chonky dude.
That's a tank.
Damn.
Yeah. I'm standing upstream of this bridge that I'm standing on right now, and there's rapids underneath the bridge, and this fish keeps trying to swim down into the rapids, and I'm like, if this fish gets in there, I'm gonna lose it. Like, there's no way I can get this fish back if it gets down into the rapids. So I'm having to fight it back out of the rapids over and over and over again. And of course, every time I try and go for the net, the fish like starts pulling drag and gets further away, and I'm having to reel it back in, just like pump and reel, pump and reel, pump and reel, and eventually I get it close enough, and I just scoop it up, and I'm like, that was awesome. I may be hooked now on catching trout, because that was it was so much fun. And then it took me another hour to get the next good fish in. I caught 3 fish in between, including about a 1.5 pound trout, which was really pretty, really pretty. But I was like, there's bigger fish in here. Like, why wouldn't I just keep catching the bigger fish? And then it was in like an hour it took to get another one. And I thought that was a really long time. But I got another one, got all 3 of the fish, and, threw them in the cooler, went back to the cabin, and spent a while cleaning them out, because then I decided, like, I need to fillet them, and I need to find my way, figure out how to clean them out right. So I spent most of the afternoon after we went and ran and went fishing, learning how to clean trout. And then one of the other guys who was there, they had gone fishing, and he caught one about the size of that big one. Actually, the fillets, once we looked at them, were almost indistinguishable. Like, they were both, like, right in there between 4 and 5 pounds. Like, he caught a nice trout as well.
Nice.
I ended up cooking those Friday night, because we were going to have steak and baked potatoes and roast vegetables. And I was like, well, if we can have turf, we can have surf too. So we had surf and turf Friday night. And there was 30 plus guys, and there, we had ribeyes for everybody. But if that was 7 fish, and that's enough for everybody to have at least like a 6 to 8 ounce trout fillet, because they were all good size. There was not a fish there that was under 3 pounds, and a couple of them were well over. I ended up filleting all the fish out, making a little tinfoil boat for each one, and then putting garlic. So I had to figure out how I was going to season these, and we don't have a whole lot of stuff because it's like an Airbnb rental. But I've got garlic pepper that stays in my, trunk that goes places with me whenever I go do stuff. I have honey that I brought with me that I put in my coffee, and someone brought mandarin oranges for snacks.
Ooh.
So I'm like, okay, I got a plan. Made the little boat for each one, garlic pepper, drizzle honey over it, squirt of orange, and then just a dash of salt across the top of each one, and that was it. And then there was 2 grills at this place because it was 3 stories and could sleep 38 people, and had 2 hot tubs and a pool and a pickleball court, and yeah, it was nice. Anyway, and an arcade. It was really roughing it out there, We it was. I keep saying cabin. It was less a cabin than more like, a staycation,
A retreat.
Space. Yeah, you really don't have to go anywhere, and I think that's the way it was designed. Oh, there was also a massage chair. My goodness, massage chair, guys. Anyway, I went and put those on the grill, threw them on the grill, and just cooked them until I could press on them with a spatula, and they flaked apart. And that's when I was like, okay, they're done. Once they'll flake apart, they're done. and it made a nice glaze across the top. The honey did, and adding the the juice from the orange was just real. So the guy who caught the other fish, he was down there talking to me the whole time while I was cooking them. We ended up eating an entire fillet just standing there. It was one of the ones from his fish. And we noticed that the bigger fish had a deeper orange color to them, and we were talking to another guy who is out there, and he knows how they're farm raised, because they're farm raised fish and then they're released. The ones that are out there in nature longer get more of the farm food out of their system. So the bigger fish actually tasted better than the smaller fish.
Stalkers get mushy.
Yeah. But we sat there, we ate an entire fillet, and it was absolutely delicious. And then, we got to I got to share them with the rest of the guys who were there. So that was probably the highlight of it, because that was my intention. I wasn't going to take any of these home, but if I could share them with everybody and let everybody have a little bit of trout, that'd be awesome. And I ended up limiting out Thursday and Friday, which gave me the opportunity to do that. I then went back on Saturday morning and caught 3 fish that were all about yay big.
Oh.
And that was it. Which, it was obnoxious because I kept seeing bigger fish swimming around. They just weren't hitting a spinner.
Yeah, they saw you coming by then. They're like, oh, wait, no, wait. That's the one that got Bob.
Yeah, they were not interested in the spinner. And that's when I'm like, okay, you might have me. I might need to learn to fly fish. Because I think, Sam, you were talking about it. It elicits a different predatory response if you can work a fly correctly.
You can work a fly correctly. And the part of working a fly correctly is also knowing what freaking fly to use at what time of day, because are the little trico flies hatching, so on and so forth. But you can get them, you get it right. And I don't get it right all the time, and it's been a while, but the times you get it right, you are catching fish on every fucking cast almost.
Yeah.
It's like you cast out there, and what I like about fly fishing is it's a little bit more, so you were fishing a stream, right?
I was fishing the Lower Mountain Fork River.
Okay, I like fishing rivers and streams because I absolutely detest just hucking something out in the lake and waiting. Because you get your waders on, or if you're walking along shore, you can go, I'm going to fish that rock because you recognize there's a nice pool of cool or calmer water in between 2 bits of faster water, and try and flick your fly out there and just drop it around. And sure enough, you can watch them come up and go bloop. So,
yeah, I felt like I was starting to understand where the fish like to hang out, because I went and fished a couple different areas Saturday morning, and I got fish that would come and tap the spinner, but they weren't just taking it.
Yeah.
Which was just driving me nuts.
Well, the dudes I went elk hunting with 2 years ago brought a spinning rod to 11 Mile Canyon, which is like gold medal trophy fly fishing waters up here. And I don't think those trout had ever seen a rooster tail before. And they loved the shit out of that thing. He was catching more damn fish that he knew what to do with.
Dude, I'm still kind of riding that high. Like, I was that guy for the weekend.
Yeah.
Like I caught 6 trout that I think anybody would be happy with as like a trophy. Like, they were all excellent trout. And
everyone else
2 of them
goddamn Vince caught another one. Fuck.
2 of them were like really good. The one was about 3.5, between 3.5 and 4, and the other one was between probably 4 and 5, maybe closer to 5. They had the big bulbous part on their on the nose. At that point, they'd gotten so big. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They get big fucking chonkies.
Roman nose.
Oh, and they look like I don't know, like a linebacker from the 1970s kind of teeth, They're not
Yeah.
really there anymore.
Summer teeth.
Kinda
Summer here,
gnarly.
summer there.
Anyway, that was my fishing escapades for the weekend. I'm almost certain now I have to learn how to fly fish, and I have to try again when I go back. And I gotta catch me some more because that was fun.
Dr. Scary Guy asks if people are still snag fishing at the dam at 11 Mile. No. The only thing that you can legally snag in Colorado are kokanee salmon during the right time of year, and I don't think 11 Mile's on that list. But no, Vince, that's fucking awesome. Those were giant fucking chungus fish there, sir.
There's
it may be the most successful bit of fishing I've ever done.
I can't remember what lake it is, but there's a lake in Colorado where they're draining it. So
it's Antero
it is
Reservoir.
Antero. Yeah.
Yep.
So it is by any means necessary.
So is that a good place to go fishing, right, Meow?
Only if
that
you want
would
to
be
fight
it.
people.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, it'd be
Wait.
great, but at the same time, it's like you're going to be fist fighting people to get a spot, probably.
Wait,
I mean-
is that legal now too? Like means to take off the board, like you can go fight people too? Like if this is mutual
Do it.
combat,
Use people for bait.
I challenge you to a duel.
No, you wait till the old guy pulls out a big one. You're like, hey, old man, it's my fish now.
Give him the old why yada.
Well, I was wondering about a outdoor activity. It's finally the time of year I can, we can go up in the mountains and not freeze to death. This winter was awful, as in it wasn't a winter. And now the one time it's cold, I'm like, it's cold. Bring back summer. But anyway, now it's finally getting warm enough to go outside and take her out to do stuff. And I think fishing a reservoir that needs to be drained is probably a good idea.
It's worth a shot. One way to
Yeah.
find out.
Yeah, like it can't hurt, especially
Definitely
when.
plan that on one of your weekdays off, though.
Yeah, like I would do it on a Monday.
Yeah.
That's smart. And I think you can camp at Antero as well. So
Probably. One way
I'll
to
look into
find
that
out.
as well.
Yeah, I think you can.
When we went duck hunting that one time, you remember that old guy that we stopped and talked to in that town just outside of Lake George, Florissant? We were talking about there's supposed to be that big burger place up there, and it had shut
Oh,
down a
yeah.
couple years before.
Which
Yep.
is
And that-
fucking stupid.
Yep.
Yeah. Remember that guy did say that Antero could be good duck hunting, and if they're draining that lake, those ducks that go hang out at Antero, maybe that'll help the duck season this year. Help them push them over to 11 Mile and Spinney. Not that I hunt Spinney, but anyway.
Man, fucking Bob from Gideon Optics just called you old pappy soggy tots.
Fucking what?
Joke.
Old pappy soggy
That's-
tots is a show title.
yeah.
Dave, write that down.
What no, no.
Dude, I
wonder
would
if
get a
that's
shirt
typo.
like
Should
if-
it be soggy tits?
No. I
No.
like. Well, they won't let
Okay.
us use tits in the title, but soggy
fair.
tots gets the idea across.
dude, when you send me the PNGs of the stickers that I want to put on sun shirts, I will put that on one of them. I will call myself Old Pappy Soggy Tots.
You anything for $20.
Old Pappy
Dude.
soggy tots. Marksman.
That way, yes, dude, I could get a complete meme sun shirt. All of the dumb shit that we've said.
What a strange way to put words together.
It's just a fucking shirt covered in sentences. Then
Yeah, that's fair. That's way too many things. All right, scratch that idea. Just one or two things, including that. Marksman and Old Pappy Soggy Tots.
no, he says it's a misunderstanding.
Good
lady, check back down now.
Please no.
No, you put quarter in the machine. You listen to song.
Wow, what snoopers? Yeah.
Oh boy.
What a good
All
way to
right.
put it, Vince. Thank you.
That was great. I like fish. I need to. Well, I'll be going fishing up in Wyoming actually for the first time at the end of the month when I take kids up there to go
Nice.
camping and stuff.
Are you taking them all this time?
Taking 2 of the 3. Well,
Okay.
4. One of them is definitely. One of them would only go along if my wife went with us. But I'm taking my daughter and then the middle boy to go because they can hang out together and have all kinds of fun. And we're definitely not going to Yellowstone because what I found out last year is fuck that place.
No, you said fuck that place during Memorial Day weekend, which completely fair.
Totally.
But right
Which I
now
didn't
is
realize-
also this is also a bad time to go because same people are thinking same thing I am. It's just now warming up. It's a great time to go to Yellowstone. Fuck off with that shit.
Well, the great part of last year was me realizing it's Memorial Day weekend while I'm sitting in traffic for 45 minutes and just
Mhm.
I'm like, God, what are there so many people here for? And then it dawning on me like,
Oh yeah.
oh shit. But no, so I gotta find a place to do a little fishing up there. There's a kids pond in the town of Pinedale that I'll probably take them to more than a couple times, just because they can, huck their stuff out there and reel it back in and throw it back out and reel it back in and throw it back out and reel it back in, and it'll be
That's
fun.
pretty cool.
And then I'll probably try and go fly fish when the creek's through there too, while they go play in the mud. But well, hell, on that note, I'll use that as a segue. So did I talk at all last week about
No,
Mr.
we talked to Kleckner last week. We were going to save your Glock talk and my beaver talk and now my range talk all for this week.
So I went out and did the dirty. I
You
bought
did
me a
do the dirty.
Gaston 20.
He's so pretty.
Not really. Glock's 5th generation, where they changed this finish on the slide, I think looks really cheap compared to that more flat gray they used to have, compared to like shiny black.
Oh
But,
yeah. When they went to the
after-
serrated slides.
Yeah. After the
Nah.
issues I had with 45 Super in my USP Tactical, which may have just been magazine related, I'm not sure. But just as I was thinking to myself, okay, maybe I'll go back, I need to retry it, change out mag springs or whatever. Buffalo Boar, the dude from there on YouTube, goes out and, which to be fair, he at the end of the video, he did admit that he was really trying to make 45 Super and the USB Tactical work, but he was having lots of feeding issues with it that it turned out were the exact same as the feeding issues I was having. I whiffled and waffled back and forth on 45 plus P hard cast in this, and then because I couldn't get the worm out of my head, I just decided to go get a 10 mil for lulz, and then I vacillated back and forth on which 10 mil to get, and then finally settled on a Glock just because some of the early Smith & Wessons, and maybe it doesn't apply to the newest ones, had reliability issues. So here we are with God's most basic of guns.
I mean, it's not.
It's fine.
His gun is fine. You're right. It is the most basic of guns. I mean, when I went down the fuck the M17, I'm carrying a Glock into the woods route, I swore I wouldn't become an insufferable Glock guy. And unfortunately, I do find myself wanting to defend them a lot more than I really should. Like, people have their opinions about them, and you either love them or you hate them. A lot of people hate them just because of the grip angle, and I totally understand that. I'm not going to get into it again, but that's the exact reason I love them. The grip angle helps you lock your wrists. But because they're the first handgun I ever shot, I do have sort of a nostalgic love for them, especially Gen 3s, because this was back in 2005. This is the first time I shot one, and they were Gen 3 17s. I mean, yeah, they are basic, but they also function, and when you put a proper sticky grip on them on a Gen 3, they shoot so much better.
I mean, the stippling's not too bad. I need to shoot it, which we'll be doing on Sunday, just to get a feel for it before I do anything else to it.
Yeah, that's a good
although
question.
I'm gonna punch sights into it. I would like to maybe. I'm back and forth on an optic on it or not. It is MOS, so I could chuck the granite off of that AK onto
That'd be really cool.
there. I would prefer a closed emitter though for an outdoor gun, especially one that's going to be like, oh shit, a bear.
Nah, put a granite on it. Do it.
I mean,
wouldn't wanna take it for
probably
granted.
will put the granite on there one way or the other because I have it.
What does the grip texture look like on it?
Like little dots, but they're fairly. I mean, it's got them on all four sides, but they're fairly.
It looks like the Gen 4, but not nearly as aggressive as the Gen 4 was. I don't know if you ever felt a Gen 4.
I mean, I probably have. To be honest with you, I've never shopped for a Glock in my life before this one.
Fair enough.
But now I wouldn't mind putting a mailbox on there someday, like one of the enclosed emitters, because
Gideon Optics says, "What do you want besides tongue when you kiss?"
there's a Stava M84 PKM to be imported. Get on that, Bob.
The word is
For-
kith.
Kef.
What
No, Kef.
optic do you want for your Glock, you ding dong?
I want a PKM on top of it. All right.
God damn it!
We were joking about bear guns. We were joking about bear guns, and I'm like, you were telling me that you bought one of the best tools for the job. I said, no, the best tool for the job is a fully automatic belt-fed 308. That's like, oh look, there's a bear. Fuck
You're
you,
right,
bear.
but you can't carry one of those in your pants.
Oh, you want to bet me?
No, I don't.
I'm gonna buy some big pants.
I want an
Jesus.
RPG-7 on top of my Glock. Stupid.
But at what point does the Glock actually become attached to the RPG-7 and not vice versa?
No.
No.
All right. So anyway, so I got this. I also ordered an appendix carry holster from our buddy Klecker. Klecker, not Klecker. Gosh, that's so terrible now.
What the K Kleckner?
Yeah,
The K
Clucker.
Clucker. Yeah, just call him Clucker.
Fraggle asked what an AA-12 suffice.
Well,
If
if I remember right, which I don't, his name's Chuck, so Chuck Clucker.
and whatever. An
Sorry.
AA-12, for those who don't know, is a semi-automatic / potentially full auto drum-fed shotgun. No, if I were to make my dream bear gun, that was also a meme, be an HK51, which is it's an MP5. I've talked about this before. It's MP5 sized, but it's in 308. Because by God, if I'm going to be shitting my pants, the bear's going to shit his pants too.
Did we see those at GunCon?
Yeah, we shot
or-
one.
Nice.
Anyway,
That was the one HK we did, or at least I wanted to shoot because everything else was. But anyway,
well, Sentry I think only had those. Anyway,
mm.
in keeping with this, so I've
That's
got a
right.
holster going. When we get to our what you got there, I have another holster that I wanted to bring up, which was actually before about this. But on Sunday too, I'm gonna break the chronograph out. I have picked up normal ass hollow points for anti-personnel reasons, and then for anti-material reasons, Underwood 200 grain hard cast is what I want to get at the end of the day. But Shields had Hornady Backcountry Defense here on the shelf, which is not a hard cast bullet.
What is it?
Well, hang on. This will be better if I just share screen potentially. Except for I lost the tab.
I can find for you.
No, I got it. That's the invite guest button. Share screen. There we go. Okay, so backcountry defense is what Hornady is putting out there as opposed to hardcast lead. And it is a jacketed lead bullet. But the jacket, I've read a couple places said it was thicker. On the screen, I have their little cross section, which kind of shows it. The jacket curls back into the lead core, supposedly to help hold the whole bullet together for penetration. I'll tell you one thing I don't like what Hornady's saying about this round is that they're claiming that unlike hard cast lead bullets, the jacketed DGH produces no lead smoke, which is fine, except for the smoke coming out of the end is usually the lubricant burning off. I've never had an issue even shooting any lead bullet as fast as I could get it out of the barrel. I've never had an issue where I couldn't see the target anymore. So I'm not gonna call that a good selling point for me. Muzzle velocity is 1160 for a 200 grain bullet, which is a little on the weak side. I don't recall exactly what Underwood's is off the top of my head, but Underwood's spitting them out a bit faster. But I'll see if they run. It'll probably be what I use for now until I get my hands on some Underwood. But we'll see how it goes.
What they mean about the no lead dispersion, all bullets that have an exposed lead core at the back of the bullet when you load it, the explosion of gunpowder is going to naturally vaporize a little bit of that lead. So that's what Hornady's talking about, because the bottom of the bullet is completely enclosed in copper. They're not going to get that with that particular bullet. That's all they're talking about.
No. They're comparing strictly to hard cast lead bullets that are not jacketed.
Well,
not jacketed.
There's gunpowder touching lead but you're right.
But a lot of the smoke that comes out of those coated bullets is coming from that coating going out the end too. Whatever. The point being, I've never shot lead fast enough to be like, I can't see what I'm shooting at anymore. Not with smokeless powder. I have with my black powder revolvers, but that's for fun.
But the point of smokeless powder is that it does not do that. Even when you are vaporizing lead, it's just in small amounts.
Yeah, but anyway, so one way or the other, I don't consider that to be a big selling point. I'm not terribly pleased. So I don't know if you can. Let me pull my. I don't know if you can see on camera at all, but the nose of the bullet does not have a very defined meplat on it, which is that flat point with the really hard edge, the hard corner going down. It's a little on the rounded side, so I would wonder how well these do in terms of deflecting off bone versus cutting through or smashing through bone. So I don't think these are going to be my permanent, anti-material round, but they'll work for the meantime. And that's about it in terms of the Glock for me. I mean, we'll load it up, take it out on Sunday. I've got a bunch of ball ammo to get just reps in on it, and then we'll run a box of the Dangerous Game through it. We'll chrono it to see how accurate their box is in terms of muzzle velocity, and we'll go from there.
Well,
nice.
I is Glock boy now, and 10 millimeter is my personality.
You didn't play any music. You should have played some music.
Well, we'll get to the music this wasn't a what you got there. I guess
it should have been.
I had something else written down. So, but fine. Okay, well, that's recording. Oh, shit, that's the wrong one. Nope. There we go.
Jesus. What's going on there, bud? So, what you got there? Oh, it looks pretty good, bud.
Well, I don't think I've ever seen a man fishing for turkeys before.
Hey, if you show me, I'll show you. What do you say?
Don't forget to bring a towel.
Okay, well, fine. I guess that should have gone under there. I was rolling with the segue.
It's fine.
Well, fuck it.
Mike, what you got there?
It's nothing special, but at a recent buddy hangout, I mentioned I don't have radio, and so somehow magically a radio appeared, and so now it has radio. It's been sitting in a charger because it was dead radio. I just met up with Will. We do AK-47 with Sam, and we went to the range on Sunday, and he brought me a charger and stuff for said radio. So it's just been sitting here charging. I have no idea what to do with it or how to use it or, how it works, but is Baofeng radio. Neato.
It is Baofeng.
Well, I'll figure it out. It's just newtism.
You know what my favorite thing to do with those is?
These?
Yeah. I look up the local fire and police channels and I tune my radios to that because around here they use the ham bands to spot storms. And I'll go turn that on and listen to the storm spotters call in live feedback on what storms are doing. Because they'll give accurate stuff as far as like, oh, there's a hail core here, or hey, look, there's a lowering and a vortex spinning up over here. Like, yep, we can see that on the radar and all that stuff. Unlike, oh, there's a debris signature. That means something's on the ground. It's tracking northeast from here to here, and like so they give accurate, up to date, like real time, which is way better than looking at like any kind of weather app or even waiting on the radio station to pick it up when there's severe weather and that kind of stuff. So and when I go hunting down southeast of here, I have those same bands saved on my phone so that I can tune to those in case there's an emergency and try and hail like local emergency services if I have to.
Those are all really good ideas. Like, I would be highly interested in the radio chatter, especially when there's like police lights in the park behind my house.
Oh yeah.
Depends. I don't know about Colorado Springs Police Department, but Castle Rock Police Department, when I lived there, they had switched all over to digital radios, which you will not be able to listen into with that UV5R.
Yeah, the thing about that, so they're digital around here too, but they switch back to the analog stuff during severe weather because
That
they
makes
lose
sense.
the
That's
digital.
Hmm.
So like those bands, they're silent until they start spotting storms.
Okay, so you just use it as storm spotting. Like, you can't hear all the radio chatter, and it's not like you're listening to cops or anything.
Yeah,
Right.
it's not.
Yeah.
It doesn't make a good scanner. A lot of
No,
places.
it
Gotcha.
doesn't.
Okay.
But it's really great if you just want to listen to like them spotting storms when they come through.
But that's still very useful for here because we still have bad storms, and I can do exactly the same if I find them. So that's really good information. Everybody should do that.
If they have the same practices, if they have the same
right.
SOP.
I can at least
so
look. That's really cool too. Does it give you advanced warning? Has it given you any advanced
It's
warning?
5 to 10 minutes ahead at least of any kind of like FM radio, because they're waiting on reports so that they can do an emergency bulletin. Whereas I'm listening to the guy on the radio going, like, yeah, I'm here about this distance south of this county road. I'm sitting on the highway, and they sound like this because I'm in Oklahoma, and they're just out here doing storm spotting. And they're like, yeah, I definitely see a lowering. It's heading this direction, about 20 miles an hour.
I might be in trouble now.
I'm gonna head
my way.
south to stay away from it. Well, and okay, so like a week and a half ago, I had a tornado pass basically over my house, and I'm listening to the guy giving up to date like information. Like, yes, he's observing the lowering of the clouds and the coalescing of the tornado. I'm watching it outside my bedroom window. Like, that's neat. Like, so what I'm seeing, that's what he's seeing. It all makes sense. Luckily, it dispersed and it didn't actually lower and hit the ground. But, I could see it as it was happening and listening to somebody who knows what they're talking about, observing it. And then the guy who's in the emergency center who has better radar than what you can get on your phone, pinpointing the exact area of rotation and saying, this is what I'm seeing, this is what matches what you're seeing, and I can look at it and say, I'm seeing what they're seeing, and I can put it all together.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
That makes sense.
It's nice, very nice.
Man.
And I just found the channels by doing like a Google search.
Oh, nice.
For my county. because
it's-
that's where the emergency services is based. It's county by county.
When you see all the movies, all the TV shows that are like disaster, end of the world oriented, a lot of the main characters in such productions have radios, and a lot of times all they do is like the best they can is listen in to almost nothing happening. That's a much better use of them. And honestly, like if it's the end of the world, why are you listening to nothing? Like just turn it off and move on. At least in the end of the world, these emergency bands, maybe there would be somebody manning them and you could actually hear useful information. But that's just me being a lunatic and thinking way outside the box here, to be
Yeah,
fair. So
but I'm not following you on this one exactly. But
I mean, I don't know. I'm just thinking outside the box. So
Yeah. Anyway.
yeah,
there's no plane to land, just jump.
There's no
So-
parachute either.
Uh-oh. That's ungood.
So, since no one's going to give me an intro.
So
y'all see what I got
Vince,
over
what
here?
you got there?
Do y'all see this?
What you
Mhm.
got there? Oh, is that an XL?
Mhm.
I got me a High Point carbine over here.
Oh,
Dave sent it over
you poor.
for me to take a look at and to use. Here, I'll back up.
Now, Keth.
It's
it's
it's the High Point 995P, so it's the pistol version of their carbine. And so I went and did a run and gun. Not this last weekend because that was at the men's retreat. The weekend before, I went and did a run and gun at my normal place up in Pawnee, Oklahoma, and it was an interesting setup because it was a short course with only 3 stages, but you did each stage 3 times. What the first time with a pistol, second time with a PCC, third time with a rifle. And so I needed a PCC, and I didn't have one. And Dave sent this over. It got there the Friday before.
Oh shit.
So I went and picked it up the day before the event. I went out to the range. I ran 120 rounds through it. It ran flawlessly. I sighted in. I put my Mediator XL on it. And got that on there. I've just got a blast forward device on it. And it ran flawlessly. I got it sighted in. I was like, okay, I can use this that day. So I took it up there, and I'm ROing, so I'm running one of the stages, and I'm running a stage where we're shooting out of a car. And when you run with a pistol, you're shooting from the driver's seat, and you have to shoot with one hand on the wheel, and you have to shoot all your pistol targets with one hand on the wheel, shooting one-handed, which was a ridiculous challenge. But it actually made sense because what you're simulating is shooting your way out of an ambush
Oh, drive by.
or a drive-by. Because when it got around to the PCC part, you're sitting in the passenger seat shooting out the window.
Now,
And
if only
that's-
they had 2 people running this at once, one pistol, one PCC at the same time.
That would have been just too much. It would have been too much. And that's when you get me yelling, respect the streets and sticking the High Point out the window and just waylaying the targets. But so the highlight of the whole day for me was, so I had the High Point. I've got the folding stock on it, or the folding brace, and I have it folded. And as I go out the window, I pop the brace open,
Nice.
and then it's got, so it's not the HK slap, but
It's the HK tickle.
it can be locked open, and you pull it and it'll drop. So I had it open and a mag inserted. And so as I'm going out the window on the PCC part of this, I pop the brace out, drop the bolt, and start shooting targets. There's 7 pistol targets and 2 PCC targets that are further out. So 9 total hits. I think I fired 10 times.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's playing the video right
Yes.
now.
3.09.
Could you hear that?
So
Yeah, he does the audio for the time.
I had the 3rd fastest time on that stage, shooting the high point.
Nice.
Attaboy.
And
Meanwhile, all these guys with their fancy pants, like, I'm gonna beat by high point.
well, and the thing is, I was there for the other 2 faster times. You could so here's one thing: you could do PCC or a rimfire. Okay. The only 2 people who beat me were shooting rimfires. So if you were shooting a real gun at the redo run and gun in Pawnee, Oklahoma, you lost.
You got your ass beat by a high point.
You got smoked by a high point. I'm sorry.
But also by the Gideon optics on top of it. The Mediator XL is awesome for competitions.
It really works on this gun. It was fun. I don't know why it just lined up for that one. I ended up finishing 4th overall at this event. I shot mostly middle of the road, but I ran real fast. I mean, I shot like top 3rd, but middle to top 3rd. I had one really low finish on a stage, but then I had a top 3 finish on that one.
He's got the speed.
Yeah. The high point ran perfectly except for 2 times it failed to extract a live round at the end of a stage, which I attribute completely to my reloading. Because I have certain projectiles that they're coated lead bullets, and they shave off a little bit of lead whenever I load them. And it builds up around the case mouth, and I think it just jammed in there and it didn't want to extract. Because I extracted live rounds of my other reloads that were fine. It's just this one particular bullet didn't want to extract, and I just, on those stages, they're like, you just want to fire into the ground. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. Bang.
Disqualified. Like, you told me to. That's why it's against the rules.
Yeah.
I've discussed the sizing issues I have with reloading 9mm. And my PCC doesn't give 2 dog shits whether it's oversized or not. It jams it in there and then spits it back out. However, if I come to the end of a stage and I can't get it out with the charging handle, I'm like, I routinely have to shoot it out. And I was at my ranges a couple of months ago, and it happened, and I looked at the gym. I was like, I gotta shoot it out. Oh well. It's like, you're not really supposed to do that. And I was like, what do you want me to do? Just sit here and fiddle with it until nothing happens? Like, or do you want to move on to the next shooter? And yeah, I thought so. Bang, let's go.
Yeah. I used so Dave sent over, he sent a couple of the red ball mags for this, which actually they all worked really well. I
really
bought
cool.
2 more, and I'm glad I did because I kind of needed them. But those worked really well. My only problem was that one bit with the reloads, and I attribute that entirely to that bit of nonsense. Another bit of nonsense I realized afterwards. So I took off the iron sight rear sight and realized that the front sight is just on there with set screws, and that you can rotate it any way you want.
That's so fucking awesome.
So you can, if you get a high point carbine, you can rotate the front sight over to 45 degrees, and you can just have it there as a backup if you need to. I was like,
Built-in
oh,
45 iron.
oh yes, I need this.
Did you have to trim off the little dangly bits in the front?
You might. So I'm thinking about trying to get like a flip up AR sight, like a rear, and putting it on here and lining them up. And I might have to if I do that. But if you're talking room distance and you need a backup iron, like that's definitely like room distance. Like you're on. Like you're not missing a body size target at room distance if you're using the iron sights. So, and you only really need a front sight at that point. But yeah, I realized that and I was like, oh, this is so much fun. I'm really impressed with the High Point 995P. I don't know. I kind of love this gun. I didn't expect this. It's fun. It was fun to shoot. It was fun to compete with. It's heavy. I mean, it's heavy.
It is a chunk.
It weighs as much as my suppressed 5.56 rifle. Like, it wasn't fun to run with because it was chonky. My other option was my 22, which weighs 1.5 pounds, which would have been more fun to run with. But afterwards we were out. Me and the other RO were out there shooting at the rifle target at 175.
Nice.
Just like dink, 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 like
That's awesome.
with a little red dot. It was.
It works. Sorry.
But I don't know. I had fun with that. The rest of the match was. It didn't go too bad. I shot pretty okay. Actually, I used my P365 as my handgun for the match, and I thought I shot pretty okay just using this. I've
Nice.
got the Wilson Combat Grip, Valor Mini, Gideon Optics Valor Mini on it. This is a P365 X Macro Comp Slide. And I thought the idea of the match was, you're doing your first lap with your pistol, then a PCC, then a rifle. So it's like you're using your pistol to get to your PCC, to get to your rifle. So I was like, I want to use my concealed carry gun because that's what makes sense. And I think it really increased my confidence with the gun. Because I didn't shoot too bad. I'm going to go look real quick. Let's see. On stage 1, I shot 18 of 57. So there was 57 total participants in the match. I was 18th on stage 1, 31st on stage 2, and 34th on stage 3. So I'm shooting about double the time of the best person, except for stage 2. Stage 2 is the one I was on with the shooting one-handed out of a car. Some dude cleared 7 pistol targets with one hand in 7.55 seconds.
How far away were they?
Between 7 and 10 yards. And none of them were bigger than like an 8-inch circle. 2 of them were like bowling pins, but they were like 6 inches tall and 2.5 inches wide at 10 yards. And you had to hit those shooting one-handed.
Dang. Did you have to do this with strong hand or weak hand?
You had to do it with whichever hand you wanted, but one hand had to be on the wheel.
So
left hand is on the wheel, absolutely.
So when you were they in the driver's seat?
They're in
well,
the driver's
that's kind of
seat.
a stupid
Yes,
question,
yes,
honestly.
yes,
But
it is. Yeah, they were in the driver's seat. Their gun was in the gun.
Sorry.
Okay, driver's seat, gun in console, chamber empty,
Okay.
mag inserted. I was actually I was ROing when the guy shot it, and I watched him the whole time. And he grabbed the gun, racked it on the steering wheel, and shot the stage clean. 7 rounds. Shot it clean. 7.55 seconds. I was like,
You know he'd been practicing it.
Oh,
I was like, and this is the difference. I shot it in like 20, and I missed a bunch, and I thought I did pretty good, and this guy just like goes and slays it. It was the guy who won the match. He also ran faster than me too. Kind of ticked me off.
I wanted to mention I have the same problem with coated projectiles loading them, and it drives me up the wall, and it makes me not want to. Like, I'm just buying the cheapest dog shit I can from American Reloading, and I think I'm gonna just refrain from buying coated projectiles anymore because it's enough of a problem that it's frustrating.
My problem was I had 2 different coated projectiles, and with one it was fine, and with the other it shaved off a little bit. And
Mhm.
all it's doing is it's getting a little bit at the case mouth and then jamming that into the chamber, and then it's sticking there. So,
Yep.
so another thing, so about this this run and gun, because there was a PCC requirement, you got to see some actually really cool guns. So one guy had a Stuffin' Things 5.7.
Oh yeah, that little
That's
stuff.
cool.
Yep, those are
Yeah,
sweet.
like the Keltec, whatever
Yes,
it is. But
the
with
ones we
Stuffin'
shot
Things.
at the one we shot at GunCon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
The
little
full
mask.
auto. Yeah, that thing was so cool.
It was really cool, except it didn't work. And then on the next lap,
That's fine.
the guy's like, "Yeah, I found out why it wasn't working. There was a twig jammed in the receiver, and that was enough to make it not work." And I was like, "Oh, dude, that sucks." Another guy who actually did really good was shooting an M1 carbine for the PCC. I was like, actually, that's cool. Like
An
that's
yeah, fair enough.
the pimpest gun out here today. You know, I would have done that. That would have been really cool to do because that's basically a rifle.
Yep.
22. Actually, there was a guy shooting a Ruger 1022 that jammed so many times that I lost count. And I was just like, I feel bad for this guy. And then a guy shooting a like a 22 conversion in an AR had an out of battery detonation. And see, the problem is we were having trouble calling hits on the PCC targets at 75-ish yards when they were shooting 22s. So I'm over here, I got my ear pro, right? When the guy's shooting, I took that ear pro and I pulled the left ear off. And then he had an out of battery detonation. I'm like, oh my goodness. Because it's just like, I'm over to the right of him and it just like, kabam! I'm like, ow, that hurts. He's like, did you hear that? Like, yeah, I heard that. I'm calling it a hit because I don't want to hear it anymore.
I hear the ringing.
We're at like 45 seconds. Best I've had today is like 12. That's fine. I'll just call that a hit and you can move on, please.
Go away from me.
Move on. Yeah, get away from me.
Yeah, and then when it ejected the casing like up into the channel where the charging handle runs in an AR, and it was just like up there. It was stuck.
Oh.
It was like,
I hate that.
Yeah,
Done that.
watching all the PCCs come through, like there was guys they had like MP5 clones, random 22s. Oh, one guy had a calico. One guy came through with a 22 calico, couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. I was like, can
That
you hit
checks
me?
out.
Does this gun run? He's like, yeah. It's like, can you hit anything? He's like, no. He's like,
Doesn't
At
matter.
least he's
Hard
honest.
vibes.
He's like, I borrowed it from a buddy, and it sucks. It's like,
You're- was his buddy also shooting this match?
no. It's like, I don't have to reload though. It was like, okay.
Fair.
I know the guy. It was funny. He ROs a lot, and he was just out there having fun. So
That's fair. Sometimes you got to do stuff for the memes.
yeah, I had fun. I felt like I did pretty good, and then got to shoot the high point. I shot way better with rifle than anything else, but that's pretty common for me.
Yeah.
So
Dude, the high point is just so much fun.
it is actually.
I took mine beaver hunting, and it was not that difficult to lug around, honestly. Like I got a strap, pulled out one of my surplus straps from my box of shit, and all of us got a box of shit. Put
Yeah,
that
I
on
got
there,
like
and
10.
unfortunately didn't see any beaver, but it was
Hang on, we're not to beaver time yet, sir.
Oh, I saw a
mean,
beaver.
you did?
Well, I was
Did you kill it?
fishing down in Broken Bow. Like, I'm
Nice.
pretty sure they'd be pretty mad if I shot that here in the state park.
Probably.
I'm standing there by the river, like, that's a strange looking log. I was like, wait a minute. I went for my phone, but by the time I got my phone out, he dove underwater. If I'd gone for my gun, I'd have been on time, but, replay what I said 10 seconds ago. I just thought of you.
Jeez.
Mike would love this beaver.
I probably would have. Look at that amazing beaver I didn't see. What do you mean? What are you talking about? It's not beaver time. It's beaver time. It was beaver time. It's no longer beaver time.
Beaver
Well,
time.
we can do beaver time. Dave, do you have anything?
I just have a real quick short spotlighting.
Oh, you mean it's not
Well,
beaver
I
time in
have-
the show? I apologize.
Yeah. So rounding out where I got a little I jumped the gun with my gun. So I've also been looking at chest holsters now. Because I went back and forth on cross draw because I have a lot of experience with the cross draw holster, but it's like, keeping it up off my chest. Anyway, Venandy holsters.
Glock.
What? Yeah, Glock. They make a
Glock.
they make a rig to attach a chest holster in behind a bino harness, which I thought looked kind of neat. Because then you don't have to wear two sets of straps or worry about. I don't like the underneath the bino pouch dangler so much. That's just to me, it looks like an awkward place to have a gun. I could be.
I actually feel the opposite. I think that's where it should be. That's a natural place for your hand to go to in a stressful situation. Your arm tenses up, and boom, it's right there at your chest where it should be, instead of having to search for it on the front
Chest.
of your pack.
Chest here, not
Yeah,
not
yeah.
belly.
Yeah, here, chest.
No. The one I'm
Right.
talking about are the ones that hang underneath the bino holsters, like belly.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
okay, I got you. But
yeah. I'm
I
not.
like behind it. It looks like it might be a lot more comfortable than a lot of the other ways.
So I like it too, except for they don't have an option for a light.
Oh shit.
It's
Oh.
optic only, no flashlight. And I am of the opinion that if I'm going to be carrying a gun for bear stuff, I want a light on it. Because, you might have your headlamp on you, you might not. I'd rather have the light on the gun too, just in case. Because that kind of killed it for me a little bit.
I think
Great
that's fair.
idea. Needs a light bulb.
They're probably so mad about how many different light options there are in the world that they're like, no lights for anyone. But
So all I'm
that's a
saying,
mistake.
out there, Clucker Tactical, is look at this picture, and you don't have to sell it to anybody else. Just clone it for me.
Steal.
I have
and
seen
cheat.
It's
plenty of
probably not
people-
patented anyway.
I have seen plenty of people though have the my only issue with the chest holster still is just changing out layers. Then you got to take the gun off, and then if you have a bino harness, because you could, I don't see a reason why you couldn't just wear a bino harness over a normal chest holster at that point too. Same concept at that point. You're still layering the same amount of material.
Yeah.
Now you got two sets of straps to deal with. So I'm sure this will be a problem that I vacillate back and forth on for many, many months. But I saw those holsters. I thought they were neat.
You could
It-
just wear a hoodie and like have a gun in the pocket of your hoodie, and then binos on the other side, and just
I mean, yeah, you could.
carry around like that. Stay strapped
Get clapped.
Stay strapped, get clapped.
or get
That's
clapped. Like,
backwards.
stay strapped.
Oh, it's or get. My bad. I thought it was
So
and get clapped.
he's been carrying around a gun this whole time.
Like
Just open it
people,
and be
people
over
just applaud you everywhere you go
Hoping
for
to
staying
get
strapped.
with. He's like, good. If I carry a gun, one of these days, someone's just going to end it for me.
It's like that sad frog meme. Just nobody wants to clap me, and I'm strapped.
Anyway, so yeah, I'll be on the hunt for a different holster too. But good. I like that one. I wish it had an option for a light.
Yeah.
But oh well. On to the next one. Okay, so do we want to roll? We could do like spotlighting with Dave and then roll Mike's.
I
think it's time to go
around and look at
Did we do it? What you got
Spotlighting.
there for Dave, though?
Dave has got theirs.
Dave has a
Okay.
spotlight for us.
Dave got nothing.
And
Elmo.
My spotlight is unserious, so
Elmo wants
Fair
to see
word.
what Dave has.
Okay, it's getting creepy. Continue.
Elmo knows where you live.
I know where you live. I'll send you a picture.
Actually, Dave does know where you live.
Dave's really good at it, and it's kind of creepy and also awesome.
It's just kind of obnoxious. Like, okay,
It's a-
yes, I know I live there. Like, come on.
Also, stop finding me.
I thought my
Well-
public information was hidden. Leave me alone.
Should we try that again?
Yeah.
You boo. Oh,
Spotlight with Dave. So I was talking to one of our listeners, actually Montana Dirt Roads, and he's like, you know what? Somebody needs to make a I think it was Montana Dirt Roads. Somebody needs to make a no, it wasn't. It was typical P&W guy. Yeah, he's like, somebody needs to make a camo for plus size guys. And I'm like, you know what? They should. And so I think I'm gonna get with Sean and see if he'll do a plus size camo, and we'll call it Thitka.
that's a show title right there.
Thitka. That's it. That's all I had.
I'm glad you spotlighted that.
Spent more time getting the music line or getting the intro lined up than we did on the topic.
Thitka.
Sitka.
The bear.
Oh, is that Sitka? No, it's thick.
No,
Yeah.
he's saying Mike Thicka.
It's French.
There's more depth to it.
All right then, Mike. We're gonna lump your beaver in.
See, I just went
With
into
Dave's thick.
I just went into Beaver because we were talking about High Points, and High Points was a good segue into Beaver, but your way works too. So yeah, I went beaver hunting, and I took my buddy from Chicken Store that we go duck hunting and whatnot. We wandered, we went up to Trout Creek, wandered a good mile upstream, the nice little pond that I shot my beaver on last year was kind of dried out, but there was still a solid intact dam on it. Um, I don't know. I don't know if that dam would degrade in a year or not. I don't know if another beaver would move in there and take
Was
it
there
over.
was there a pond, or was it looking all dry and shit?
It was
Because the
kind
dams
of
will last for a couple years, from what I've seen.
it was dry and it was kind of marshy. I
Yeah,
should have
nobody
taken a
lives-
picture.
Probably nobody living there.
I probably capped him last year, and no, yeah.
Well, it's
So-
not just that. There's probably more than one, but the colony might have moved on depending on
Mm.
like water flow.
Okay. And to be fair, there hasn't been a lot of that this year.
Nope.
So we hoofed it about a mile north, and we finally found a bit of. There was one dam, and then another dam, and then another dam. There was like a bunch of successive ones. And actually, I found as we were leaving, if you climbed the hill and you sat down on the hill, you'd have a good range of all of these ponds, and you'd have a pretty decent downward angle on all of them, and you'd only be about 150 to 200 yards away at the most likely 100 yards. I didn't range it, I should have, but it seemed like a good campy spot. Like, there's one, bang. Instead of sitting right down and getting close, you've got the overhead view. Anyway, I'm digesting. So he kept walking. I found one of them, and I was like, you know what? This one looks good. The weather was kind of crap. It was raining. It was overcast. It wasn't super cold, but it just wasn't great. And I wasn't real hopeful that any of them were going to stick their heads out anyway. Like, it just didn't seem all that great. But the beautiful hike through the woods was more or less worth it. Sat down, waited for about 45 minutes. He didn't when last light happened at sundown. He didn't show back up, so I just waited and waited, and then eventually he came wandering by. And taking all of your lessons from when we basically first started doing this stuff.
Mhm.
I don't go up there until try not to get there. I want to be there an hour before sunset at minimum, so I can be in place like 45 minutes. That didn't happen this time. We got up there kind of late, and it's entirely possible we spooked them. They were out, and we spooked them, which is a shame, but it is what it is. I was still hopeful, though, thinking back to when you got your first one. We were just walking along bullshitting, like we didn't even consider being quiet, and they didn't care.
What I've noticed in springtime is they don't tend to be as shy as in wintertime. Partly because they might be just up and about needing food more. So I think they're a little more prone to being like, oh, I'll dive and then I'll come back up 5 minutes later. I wish you'd taken pictures, because I would wonder if the issue you ran into was not the issue I struggled with for like 6 months, which is actually identifying an active lodge and pond versus looking at these ones that like, oh, it's got a lodge on it, I'll set traps here. And it took me 6 months to figure out I was setting on abandoned bank dens.
Mm-hmm. And you can tell by whether or not they've been. And frankly, we should have been up there sooner looking around at that kind of stuff and finding good solid ones to sit on. But sometimes you get what you're.
Well, sometimes you don't have time to go out there and scout. And I
Right.
mean, frankly, you don't have as much time up there as I do, in terms of like, I have stared at these damn beaver ponds for going on 4 years now.
Yeah.
So, and I would also wonder, with our really dry winter and warm winter, it probably really screwed with their distribution in terms of like how many of them are actually on the creek.
Yeah.
And and I would guarantee the reason there's probably a lot of bank dens, because most of what's up there is bank dens, not lodges. Probably a lot of bank dens that were flat out just abandoned as soon as the weather warmed up a little bit in springtime. Although we never had that cold weather to begin with, because the water levels up there are just so freaking low that they're going to be looking hard for they're going to be moving ponds a lot probably to find the deepest one they can. But anyway,
And honestly, the one that I shot the one on last year, if they got that dam back up and running and like got it good and blocked off, that pond is a solid pond.
Yeah.
But you know,
I mean, I
gotta
can't get who knows what's going through their heads.
It's a good pond. It's a fun.
Unfortunately, not a 10 mil from a high point.
It's a perfectly
pond.
average pond.
Perfectly average pond. She said it was a big pond, all right?
You thought the pond was big. You should see the deck.
Okay, there. I also that's pretty much all I had for beaver, but I also went out shooting with Will, and we went to the range between the Springs and Pueblo. They got a nice 1,000-yard out there, and I learned something. And I talked about it in the last show, but I'm talking about it this one because Vince and Dave, you will have good input here. But I discovered that your bullet impact with a can is more than just a little bit different. It can be drastically different. And what I'm talking about is way back when I went out there with Sean from We Like Shooting, and we were getting a little bit of dope getting ready for deer hunting. And that was when I shot that rifle to 1,000 for the first time. And, you know, Sean helped me walk the rounds in there, and then I got consistent hits, and I was like, well, that's neato. While we were out there, I shot to 500 and got dope for 500, 400, and confirmed some other stuff at 300. So the dope that I had written down was 10 MOA up at 500 for this 30-06. We got out there, and 10 was, which direction did it go? It was probably way too low. I can't remember exactly, but it turned out that 10 was incorrect. It was 6 MOA down with the suppressor on it. And I haven't touched the suppressor. I haven't dismounted it since the last time, since I sighted it in, or since I zeroed it for deer hunting. So it's still on solid. It's still doing great. It struck me as intriguing that it was 4 MOA off, and not only that, but it was 4 MOA higher.
Yeah. They tend to
Move around.
Push them a little bit faster.
Yeah. It is high.
Which I find very intriguing, and it's good to know for one, because next time this has got me thinking that I would like a dedicated suppressor for that rifle, just something made of titanium. It doesn't have to be cheap, just effective. But then I wouldn't have to worry about breaking that zero every time. And my question for both of you is, if I were to not get a dedicated can, if I were to just continue swapping the same can from rifle to rifle and having to re-zero the rifle every hunting season, when I re-zero it, is my dope going to be the same for 500 yards? Like, is it going to be 7 MOA next time? Is it going to be 5 MOA next time? Is this something that varies?
I don't think it changed that much. It might change a little bit, but that's like weather.
25 MOA.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's going to be like a Call of Duty, like when you get the sniper rifle in Call of Duty and you're running forward and your freaking crosshair blooms out. When you pull the trigger, the bullet somehow exits the barrel at a 40-degree angle. And then you grow up and become an adult and then realize how guns work and go, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's dumb. So, but it's good to know regardless. I found it.
I would recommend sighting in your rifle every year. before you go hunting. So
Like, at
Yeah.
least check.
yeah,
Once Will helped me figure out, I need to be at 6 MO. Like he helped me walk him in there. There was a slight wind from the left, so I was a couple MOA to the left. But once we figured that out, I was banging an 8-inch piece of steel at 500 consistently.
Yeah, you were.
That was fucking fun. I'm not gonna lie. I have not shot that accurately with that rifle ever. I mean, not to ranges anyway.
you guys want to see a video of Mike shooting his can?
God
Right.
damn it.
Here we go.
For those listening, it was a video that Mike was at a range right after he bought a suppressor. He put it on the end of his SIG. He's doing, I don't know what he's walking up towards, but he's walking up towards a barrier and then just plunks the can.
Right into it.
Just plunks it right into the wood. Just boom.
Every time I'm having a bad day, I watch that and I'm like, yeah, better.
That was the collaboration between Dave and I.
Oh, I know it was. It was
I
great.
think I came up with the idea and Dave did the.
I did
vice
the
versa.
I did the Zach Galifianakis, and then you added the music and the thunk.
That was great.
So awesome.
My
I'm-
condolences.
Oh, we
Mike.
need a Dave. you need to send that
No,
to me
there's
again.
nothing to be condolenced about. That was fucking hilarious. Like, I had no spatial awareness with the can on the end of my rifle. That's all that was.
Dunk.
Pretty good.
It was awesome. I'll proudly, if I can find that video, I will proudly share it to my own Instagram.
Dave just needs to send it so I can.
I'll send it.
Okay.
Good
Anywho,
stuff.
so while I was out there, we had Kleckner on last week, and that his challenge, the 2 shots standing, 2 shots kneeling, 2 shots prone. I was like, oh, I want to see if I can do this. So that's primarily what we focused on when we went out there. I was just seeing if I could do that drill. I initially focused on doing it with my PCC, but I found I was having to hold it like 10 o'clock just off the plate almost every time. If I held it there, I could get hits, but it wasn't super consistent. So I got frustrated and fed up. Switched to my AR with the EOTech on it, and it took 2 or 3 tries. With the PCC, there was multiple tries with the PCC where I banged the standing shots, banged the kneeling shots, went prone and missed. In fact, the first one, Will was like, "Did you just miss prone?" And I was like, "Yes." Shut up. But in the end, I did it with the AR with just a EOTech. Kleckner was correct. I tried to do it with my hunting rifle at 5x, and it would just wobble in too much. And I was like, nope. For some reason, just a tiny little dot. It seems more stable than magnification. You know what I mean?
Well, there's not a lot wiggling around like add magnification.
Right.
So, yeah, I would concur that a dot and no magnification. Are you watching it? Yeah, I would concur.
Vince, are you watching the video over and over again?
Yeah, it's so great.
Watching it several times.
Ink.
Dude, we could put that up and like boost it. Anyway, so I just figured that if you had issued the challenge, we should see if we can do it.
Mhm. I'm gonna do it with my high point.
with the Gideon Advocate on it.
Yes.
Dude, that'll be fucking sick.
Ought to be great.
Twill. And the high point's so... I don't know what it is about the chunk, but it just feels like such a sturdy shooting platform.
Just big chungus.
Pain in the
I
ass
tell
to
you what.
take apart, though.
When
I
I
don't think
first
you're
got it,
supposed to take them apart.
I had a Vince adjacent beard, and that fucking cheek pad would
Oh.
tear the shit out of my beard hairs. I mean, I would like comb my beard up against it. I'm like, okay, nice, everything's nice and smooth. And recoil is just like, like oh, punch something.
That sucks, dude. So yeah, that's all I got. Just ran some PCC drills down at the pistol range, and we were done there. And we really didn't film or take any pictures. It was just more of a, you know what, let's just shoot and have some fun today, and not worry about filming or anything. Because filming and trying to take pictures while you're, you know, trying to break your fun for social media,
Mm-hmm.
it kind of puts a hamper on it sometimes. But
Well,
anyway,
Well, speaking of hampering fun,
uh-oh. One, two, three. Okay. So
now
this is a wonderful story. Comes to us from the illustrious Fox News Network.
Oops.
Bear attack in Yellowstone National Park leaves 2 hikers injured. Officials have not yet identified the bear species involved in the attack on Mystic Falls Trail.
this happened yesterday.
turns out it was just a hairy dude about 40 years of age.
A bear of a certain species attacked a camper.
Turns out it was
A being identifying as a bear.
It was a furry.
They then
guy jumps out of the woods, beats up a guy.
It was the
Another
dude in
guy
the-
says, "You make sure you tell them it was a bear that did this."
It was the dude in the bear suit who tried to wreck his car in LA.
It was the dude in the bear suit and Super Troopers.
salad forks.
Grr.
Anyway, they were on a trail. I don't know why they said just miles from Old Faithful. Everything's just miles from Old Faithful there.
Not
But,
really. It's a big fucking park.
I mean, all right, fair enough. So I'm kind of blown away that
Ooh, Midway Geyser Basin. So they weren't, I mean, yeah, they weren't terribly far from old.
maybe
mean,
I'm just being
they
flippant
were-
about the miles away.
I mean,
but-
they were miles away, but they weren't like on the other end of the park. If they were
Right.
away.
Get
there's
on with it.
literally no information. Don't know what kind of bear. Don't know about the conditions. Don't know if they were traveling together. Don't know if they're alive. Like,
Well, it
dude,
says injured, not killed.
it's Fox News. Fox News. Like, they're not going to give all the details. It's just here's what we know. Nothing. Let's write paragraphs about it. This doesn't happen very often in Yellowstone, though. The bears kind of stay away from people, except the bears that. Oh, you want to feed me? Yes, please. And then they have to kill those bears, and that sucks.
Holy
So don't feed
crap!
the
There was
bears.
one today.
Oh,
Another
shit.
one?
Cowboy State Daily.
What the fuck, dude?
Hang on, finish with this one. Then we'll move on to the finish.
All right.
Then we'll go here.
What's that the DJ Khaled meme? Like another one.
Another one.
I'm pretty much done. There's not really anything of substance in this article, unfortunately. other than 2 hikers were attacked by a bear, and we don't know if they're alive or dead. We don't know what kind of bear.
There's a big one.
But we can still use this to highlight carrying defensive tools while in the woods. Like, even if you're in Yellowstone, and while Yellowstone's a
if you're in
national park and has, well, yeah, fair enough, because they're so used to people. But when you're carrying in Yellowstone, make sure you're trying not to run afoul of the unconstitutional federal laws about carrying in federal buildings and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But when you're out on the trails, carry your pistol, carry your bear spray, know how to use it, know how to draw it, and be aware of your surroundings. Don't be on your goddamn own while you're hiking through the wilderness. Situational awareness is you're going to be your first defense anyway. So if you're going to listen to music, one headphone, not both.
Oh, maybe
That's my soapbox.
Maybe this is the same story, but this says
Did
Tuesday-
Cowboy State Daily do more
I
information?
mean, they did one way or the other. So hang on. I'm just going to share screen here real fast.
All right. Let's see what you got.
Help me. Hiker finds Yellowstone grizzly attack victim, calls 911.
Holy shit.
Hiker Craig Lerman.
He's gonna get me. Help me.
Tom Cruise.
Don't let the invisible fire burn my friend.
Oh, somebody
Hiker
help
Craig
that poor
Lerman.
man.
Was the first to find one of 2 victims of a grizzly bear attack near Old Faithful in Yellowstone on Monday. Okay, after he stumbled on a bloody hat.
What?
Coming and started saying, help me. Picture of the dude being lifted out. Oh, Monday afternoon. Okay.
Yeah,
So this is the
same
same
one.
story. Darn, I was kind of hoping it was 2 in a row. Maryland man, comes across him. Let's see here. Heard a man calling for help before finding him, quote, tore up pretty bad. I was hiking
Oh.
Mystic Falls Trail when I saw bear prints in the mud, Craig Lerman told Cowboy State Daily on Tuesday morning. That's where I got messed up. I saw Tuesday morning. I kept walking a little further, saw a bloody hat and a watch torn off. Ooh.
That's
Ooh.
ungood.
This
Damn.
dude from Baltimore, he's the first guy in the scene. Lerman kept hiking till he found the first victim, a severely injured 28-year-old man lying on the trail. At first, he thought it was a prank or a joke. Kids playing games. When I got
Nerd.
close to him, I knew this was a serious matter. The man was tore up pretty bad, had cuts all over his legs, all over his face, back, legs, and stomach, with flesh next to him.
Oh, damn.
Called 911. He was scared the bear was going to come back around, so he kept his head on a swivel. Okay, so that's number 1. I ended up giving the guy his t-shirt, so good on him. Okay. Helicopter arrived with more personnel to evacuate both victims. I never saw the other guy, Lerman said. He was 14. I believe that was his brother, but I don't know that. His mom was there, but not on that trail.
Holy
Damn.
shit.
Jesus.
Victims may have been attacked by 1 or more bears.
It's a
I
herd
lo-
of bears.
I always love the news's careful wording. May have been attacked by 1 or more. Like, you don't know anything.
Allegedly.
That's literally just a filler sentence where you're saying you know nothing, but you're going to
Listen.
say something that's not confirmed and can't be confirmed.
If I'm attacked by bears, you'll know how many there were
Yeah.
because they'll be dead.
He believes there were 2 grizzlies in the vicinity of the trail that morning. Based on
Like,
the assumption of 2 sets of footprints. Might have been a sow with a cub.
Like,
would've
why
not
wouldn't you word it? It's possible there may have been more than one bear based on tracks. Like, just the writing bothers me.
Oh, don't worry, Lerman's still in the dark too, because he's at the very end. He says, "I'd like to eventually know if they survived." He's like,
Jesus.
I shouldn't fucking laugh, but
well, this might be a bad year for fucking grizzly bears up in that
Debatable.
GYE, which is of course the year I'm moving there because of so up in Pinedale area, I was just reading they got a decent amount of snowfall, but overall the West did not have a good winter. So bears coming out of hibernation are not going to find a bunch of winter like dead elk over wintertime. to go get their, breakfast with. So we'll see what happens. I know I'm going strapped. I ain't gonna get clapped.
Yeah, if you don't stay strapped in the wilderness, you will get your cheeks clapped by a bear.
Oh no.
Or a lion.
Stay strapped or get clapped. Or a lion. Very true.
Strapped to these
Or a dude in a bear
lions
suit who's
and
just
get
really
clapped.
high on meth.
Excuse me, bear fucker, are you okay? Oh yeah.
Do you need assistance?
Oh yeah. Woo!
All right. So I think that'll wrap us up for tonight.
I think so too. I've got to
If
be
you
up
enjoyed
in
the show,
4.5
help us out.
hours.
Oof.
If you enjoyed the
I'm
show,
so tired.
help us out. I know, Vince. I'm trying to help you, sir. Go to lghpodcast.com. Check out the stuff there. Leave us a review. There's a link for our Discord server in the show notes, which I need to make sure is the link that's not freaking timed because Discord is really dumb. But come over there. You can send us bear stories, cat stories. You can even send us pictures of your balls, in which case you will get banned really fast, but it'll be fun.
These are things you can do. There are consequences, but these are things you can do.
Yes, because we are a free society until you do something we don't like. And that'll about do it. Who's got outro? Dave?
It's me.
It's me, Dave-o.
Support the sport and take a buddy hunting. If you like that, buddy, tell him about our show. If you don't, camp in his beaver spot. Hit us up at lgspodcast.com. Thanks for listening, and let's go hunt.
There's a few ways to take it.
I'm pretty proud of that one, actually.
That's a good one.
Very nice, Vince.
So I think it should be Old Pappy Soggy Tots for sure.
Yeah.
Perfectly average pond. Or Thitka.
Clock.
All right. Good night.